Hi, this is the state of the hazel saplings at the moment. We're on 26th of October 2024. Some of them are shedding their leaves, mostly those in the smaller boxes, 64-liter really useful boxes. The ones in the taller ones are still green. They are losing their leaves, but slower than the ones in the smaller boxes. The ones in the bathtub are the tallest. At least they were the tallest the last time I measured them. Some of them were slightly above 1 meter. Were 105, 109 centimeters, but most are between 80, 90 and lower than that. Maybe most actually are around 60 centimeters as like a medium, because some are much taller and some are like average 50-60 centimeters. We have lower and we have slightly higher than that. It's so nice to see like gaps because that means the leaves are shedding, and I can finally see how many actually sprouted. I can count them. There should be at least 100 in that box. There are about 60 in the smaller boxes. I counted some the other day. You can kind of get an idea of how tall they are if you look at the house behind. Obviously the house is much further, but still they are pretty tall. I like how well developed they are. They had a lot of soil in there, so if I can next year I will make larger beds with a lot of room for soil, so we can have bigger saplings, because they were planted almost at the same time. I think these two actually were planted at the same time, and you can see there's a massive difference, although I gave love to to both. You can see the other boxes. As I was saying, I counted about 60 in this box. 60 that are pretty good plantable saplings. There are a few that are really tender, so I'm not sure if they'll survive the winter. Hazel is very sturdy. It's a sturdy plant being, but we'll see. I just counted the ones that I would be able to sell. So yeah, you can see again because the leaves are shedding. We can have a look in here. See, these are smaller saplings. They're thinner, but they are still viable ones. Very good. I was telling you there's like some smaller ones. As you can see, this one is very thin, so maybe we can grow them over the next season and get them sturdier. But for now, you can see we have some in pots. That's the mesh I'm using to sort the soil, so we don't have many stones in the boxes and things like that, so we have really good soil, so the saplings can develop really well. You can see. The other day, I'm not sure if you've seen my video, but I posted a short video with hazels that I unearthed it from from a pot like this, and they were still, after almost a year, they were all still raw and crunchy and delicious. They hadn't sprouted. I think they were gonna sprout the next season, but obviously I unearthed them and I ate them. Some of them had rotten, obviously, from the ones that didn't sprout, and some of them were still viable and good to eat. So it's amazing, you know. So in here, this is the largest sapling box. If you remember, I planted this, filled it with soil up to here or so, and it's ideal to give at least 10 inches, maybe even more than that, because the soil will go lower as water pours down over the months as the saplings are growing. So it comes recommended by our other nursery people. One of them is Kiva Silver, and he recommended at least 10 inches of soiled, not at least, ideal. You can plant in smaller boxes as well, obviously, but he said in his experience, and he has lots of years of experience, much more than I do, and that's what he recommends. So that's what I try to do with this box that I build. Obviously the other ones I bought because I didn't have like wood to build them, but yeah, I would like next year to make at least another box like this or two and put it there, but perhaps longer by the current bushes, like a 3-meter long with 2 meters wide box, so I can plant like 2,000, I don't know how many, but there are at least 2,000 in one large box, because it will give more room for them to grow. There's more water storage this way. If we plant in smaller boxes, obviously you can see they develop really well. Oh, I love the color. I've mentioned this several times and I still just love it. This rusty yellow and yeah, beautiful green. So yeah, as you can see, they're much smaller in the boxes, still very good saplings, but ideally we want to get them as large as possible, you know. So these are still very much green, because I suspect they have more soil to grow into, so they're going dormant much later than the other ones in the other boxes. Probably they're much bigger, more developed, so they can withstand conditions even better. I don't know, I'm guessing. That's what I'm observing. So yeah, it's really beautiful to see how well they developed. I planted this box, we built it, my husband helped me build it. Well, mostly he built it, as I gave him instructions to do it. And then I filled it with soil, I planted the seeds, I added the wood chips on top with a small layer. And yeah, it was around the end of February or early March. And you can see, like, I know I planted that box at the end of February. It was the first box planted. You can see this one still developed really well. So yeah, that's the goal for next year. I can't wait. I placed a big order of cob nuts, which are cultivated hazelnuts, in case you don't know. So they make big nuts. Obviously the hazelnuts, the cob nuts being planted, they will make saplings, like various saplings that will give different kinds of nuts. It won't come through to the parent nuts that the tree gave, but it's great for diversity. I think it will be interesting to see what kind of nuts we get. They should still be pretty good size, maybe larger for sure than wild hazelnuts, which are still amazing, but they are much smaller. So it's nice to experiment with this sort of stuff. But yeah, next year I'm hoping to be able to grow, if we're in good health and everything's okay. I'm hoping to grow at least 5,000 trees. I bought lots of kilograms of cob nuts, some to eat, some to plant. So yeah, just getting the area ready. Once the leaves drop from the saplings, I plan to, you can see the terracotta reclaimed tiles here, I plan to use these and to bring the saplings here in this heavily mulched with wood chips area, and dug a bit and heal the saplings in. I'll show you, I'll film the process, because I love to see that from other people, and I want to do it myself so other people can see it. So yeah, I plan to dug the area and plant the saplings here over winter, and maybe surround them with those tiles to protect them from wild animals like rabbits, deer, from being munched. You know, hopefully it will be enough protection. I am concerned about that, but we'll see. I can't wait. These are the pots I unearthed the cob nuts I told you yesterday. You can see a brief clip, so you can see how the cob nut looks inside, in case you don't know. So yeah, beautiful, delicious nuts. Grow food forests. Don't grow lawns. Grow beautiful trees that give us preferably food and beauty. Take care.